Hey, language enthusiasts! Welcome back to my channel, the go-to place for unraveling the mysteries of English idioms and expressions from the Power English radio show. Today, we've got a fantastic lineup of phrases to explore, so buckle up for a linguistic adventure. 1. See someone in action. Our first idiom is, see someone in action. Ever heard this and wondered what it really means? Well, wonder no more. To see someone in action is like being front row spectators to watch someone doing something. It's not just any casual observation, it's about witnessing someone actively engaged, demonstrating their skills or performing a task. It's your chance to evaluate how they handle real-time situations, gaining a first-hand understanding of their abilities. Let's dive into an example. I heard you stopped by the hospital yesterday and said hi to Vera. The response: yeah, this was the first time I saw her in action as a doctor. Impressive. Imagine being in the shoes of someone eagerly waiting for a team meeting. I've heard a lot about the new manager's leadership style, but I can't wait to see him in action during the team meeting tomorrow. And how about experiencing the culinary world firsthand? At the workshop, we had the chance to see the chef in action, preparing a gourmet meal right in front of us. 2. In the weeds. Now, let's wade into the hospitality world with the expression, in the weeds. Picture this: you're busy to the point of panic or confusion, and that's precisely what, in the weeds, conveys. I'm in the weeds with the 3 projects that are due this week. Ever felt like your to-do list is a bit too much to handle? You're in the weeds. In a bustling restaurant scenario, it's the lunch rush, and the kitchen staff is in the weeds trying to keep up with orders. Now, imagine a looming project deadline. The project deadline is approaching, and I'm in the weeds with so much work to finish before the end of the week. 3. In the meantime. Next up, we have, in the meantime. It's that period between now and when something begins. The flight was delayed by 2 hours. In the meantime, we can get a nice meal. It's about making the most of the time while waiting. And in a work setting, the meeting with the manager is scheduled for 3 p.m. In the meantime, feel free to work on your individual tasks. 4. Here comes. Now, let's announce the arrival of excitement with, here comes. It's the phrase you use when you see something or someone approaching. Here comes the bus. Get your bus card out. Get ready. Something's on its way. 5. Be flattered. Feeling honored. That's what be flattered is all about. It's that warm feeling you get when someone praises or admires you. She was flattered when her colleagues praised her presentation skills during the meeting. Compliments can truly make your day. 6. Treat. And now, let's talk about generosity with treat. It's when you provide someone with an enjoyable experience, often at your own expense. We've been working hard on this project, so how about a coffee break? It's my treat, a simple gesture that can brighten someone's day. 7. A bunch of. Last but not least, we have a bunch of. It's an informal way of expressing a large quantity or group of something. I bought a bunch of flowers for her birthday. Flowers can brighten any occasion. At the farmer's market, you can find a whole bunch of fresh produce. Fresh and diverse, just what you need for a healthy meal. And there you have it, language enthusiasts. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in the loop for more linguistic adventures. Until next time, keep exploring the power of English. This is Byung-Soo Kim, signing off.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
For a second, I was wondering, should I say my name? And then, oh my goodness,
no.
I just had a blackout.
How many times have we done this introduction? But to be honest, we've done this introduction together.
Yeah.
2.5 years now?
More, I think.
I mean, me specifically.
Oh, okay. I think it's coming on 3 years, maybe.
Almost.
I feel.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
We've been doing it a long time.
We have.
And I still feel like I have to think about it.
It's true.
Sometimes I forget.
Yeah. You know, there's a great expression called, and it's autopilot.
Yes.
Okay. And native speakers use like this expression. It doesn't mean that you're a pilot, but when you are on autopilot, it means that you do something without thinking.
Yes.
Right? So our introductions should be on autopilot.
They should be, but
they're not.
You know?
Yeah.
It's really weird. The introduction, and when I say our sponsor, which I've also said our sponsor for hundreds of times at this point.
Yeah.
I'm still nervous I'm going to mess it up.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Some things are it's impossible to do autopilot.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Well, when you get too comfortable, that's when you mess up.
That's right. That's right. So never get too comfortable. Okay, we're going to talk about professional barista or barista. I'd like a macchiato with 3 shots of espresso. Okay, so shots of espresso.
Yes.
How many?
I mean, before I quit coffee, I could easily do 4.
Yeah. Wow.
Several times a day. Like, you know, like the big coffees? I could have 2 or 3 of those a day.
Okay, wow.
But now, in a cup of coffee, maybe 2 shots of espresso. What about you?
I think maybe just 1.
Wow. That's quite...
Yeah,
that's quite weak.
Like a typical Americano.
Well, a typical Americano usually has at least 2.
It has 2 shots?
At least.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, then 2. All right. So let's look at some expressions. See someone in action.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means you're watching someone do something.
Okay. In the weeds. WEEDS.
Yeah. So this means that you are in some kind of busy or difficult part of a process.
Okay. And if you say in the meantime,
means in between now and whatever goal, whatever deadline you have, that time frame in between is in the meantime.
All right. Very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
Good morning, Kat. Isn't it your day off at the restaurant?
Yeah, but I really wanted to see the amazing Danny in action.
I'm flattered, Kat. Hopefully, I won't get in the weeds while you're here. That would be embarrassing.
In the meantime, I'd like a macchiato with 3 shots of espresso and a scone.
Why don't you sit over there and I'll bring it to you? It's my treat.
Thanks. Oh, look. Here come a whole bunch of customers. Good luck, Danny.
Okay, Danny says, good morning, Kat. Isn't your day off at the restaurant? Okay, so day off is you're not working today?
Right.
And Kat says, yeah, but I really wanted to see the amazing Danny in action. So Danny, of course, is the man in the dialogue.
Yes.
And if you say you want to see someone in action, what does this mean? Are they like some, stunt double or something? Or?
They could be. It is possible. But you often use this when you're saying you want to see someone perform a task. It's often kind of an amazing task that they're doing. So it's not just, for example, to see someone live. Like if you're going to a concert, you wouldn't say, oh, I want to see Beyonce in action.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work like that.
Right.
But here, amazing Danny, this great barista, Kat wants to see him actually make the coffee.
Right.
She doesn't just want to drink the coffee that he makes. She wants to look at him. Oh, this is how he grinds the beans. Oh, this is how he puts it in the machine.
Right.
She wants to see all of those little tiny details. So that's why she's saying she wants to see him in action.
It's kind of like sometimes when I bring my son to a recording. And he gets to see mommy in action.
Yeah, he's not just listening to the show.
Right.
He's seeing all of the things that we do in the studio and all that.
Right, how she talks.
You can actually see us in action as well on my YouTube channel.
Oh,
I have that vlog of us here in the studio.
I love that one.
So if you are interested, definitely check it out.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and it's just your name.
Yeah, it's just my name, and you can see Kristen and Cameron in action here at EBS.
All right. So, Danny says, I'm flattered, Kat. Hopefully I won't get in the weeds while you're here. That would be embarrassing. So our power vocabulary today is to be flattered, F-L-A-T-T-E-R-E-D. Now, if you say in response, when someone gives you a compliment, and you say, oh, I'm flattered, what does this mean?
So it's a way of accepting a compliment. Like, you don't want to just say, oh, maybe you want to say just thank you, because that's perfectly fine to say in the U.S., but I'm flattered it kind of has the feeling of, oh, I'm not that good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not that good, but thank you.
Yeah.
It's 과찬이세요.
Oh, yes,
Like
yes.
it's that feeling of, oh, I don't deserve it.
That's right.
But thank you.
Right. So another way, we can say it two ways. I'm flattered or you flatter me.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, oh, you're making me feel more than I should feel.
Yeah. Oh, I don't deserve that big of a compliment.
No, right. I mean, I'm okay, but I'm not that great. Okay. But Danny says something really interesting. He says, hopefully I won't get in the weeds. Now, when we see this word weeds, W-E-E-D-S, it's like 잡초.
Yeah.
Well, what does this mean here, possibly?
So the phrase to be in the weeds means to be stuck in a process or be doing something complicated. And we're often talking about a process where there's a start and there's an end, but in the middle, there's like a difficult task or a confusing task or something that just, it's easy to mess up. And that's when you could be saying you're in the weeds.
Okay.
You might not get through it easily.
Okay. Because imagine, there's grass, but then there's like a ton of weeds. It's hard to go past through.
Yeah, think of like golf. There's like the very flat, clean grass.
Yes.
And then you get off into what's called the rough.
Yeah.
Which has weeds in it, and it's much more difficult to hit the ball.
Right.
So that's kind of the imagery of to be in the weeds.
All right. So then Kat says what?
In the meantime, I'd like a macchiato with 3 shots of espresso and a scone.
Okay, so Danny's like, okay, you're making me feel good. I hope I don't really get into trouble. And then Kat says, in the meantime, she'd like to have some coffee. In the meantime is a great expression.
Right. So this is an expression meaning from now until the start of something or until a deadline, that middle time. So another way you could say this is until then.
Until then.
Until then.
Yes.
In the meantime.
Yeah. So from this point to the point that it happens.
Yes.
Right? I want to do something. Which is a macchiato with 3 shots of espresso and a scone.
Yeah.
Yum, scone. Love scones. Danny says, why don't you sit over there and I'll bring it to you. It's my treat.
Oh, getting a free macchiato and scone? Great. Then Kat says, thanks. Oh, look, here come a whole bunch of customers. Good luck, Danny.
Okay. So here is our pattern today. Here come.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to understand what this means. They are coming?
Yeah, so it is that, right? It is kind of strange. You could just say, oh, a whole bunch of customers are coming.
Yeah.
But saying here come is similar into Korean how you say 뭐뭐 온다. Like you're kind of announcing something that's happening. It's kind of weird to, maybe it sounds a little weird to say, but everyone says it in spoken, 차가 온다, 누구누가 온다. Right?
Yeah.
In the same way, we'd say, here comes.
Right. Here comes the bus.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the bus is coming. Instead of is coming.
Yeah.
It's more, here comes the bus. Right.
Yeah. It's kind of announcing it.
That's right.
In a way.
That's right.
Kind of with a look. Look, something is coming.
The element of look. 봐봐, it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So here come a whole bunch of customers. Oh, here come your fans.
Yeah. Oh, your fans are coming.
Same thing.
Same thing.
But more of an announcement and look.
And look.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
Good morning, Kat. Isn't it your day off at the restaurant?
Yeah, but I really wanted to see the amazing Danny in action.
I'm flattered, Kat. Hopefully, I won't get in the weeds while you're here. That would be embarrassing.
In the meantime, I'd like a macchiato with 3 shots of espresso and a scone.
Why don't you sit over there and I'll bring it to you? It's my treat.
Thanks. Oh, look. Here come a whole bunch of customers. Good luck, Danny.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 130 and 31. To see someone in action is not them, like, in an action scene.
It could be.
It could be.
But it's more about them performing something.
Right. To watch them do something. I heard you stopped by the hospital yesterday and said hi to Vera.
Yeah, this was the first time I saw her in action as a doctor. Impressive.
Right. So it's like you have a friend who's a doctor, you have a friend who's in broadcasting, you have a friend who's like a chef.
Yes.
And then you just heard about it, but then you go and see them in action.
Yes.
See them work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interestingly, though, this doesn't work well with like actors and musicians, seeing them in action.
That's right.
Right? So you're not seeing them live. So if you were to say, let's say you had a news anchor friend and you wanted to see the news anchor in action, you're not going to see them talk about the news on the screen. You're going to see them when the cameras are off. How do they talk to the PDs? How do they talk to the writers?
Yeah.
Oh, what are their actions behind the scenes? That is the actions you're seeing when you're seeing them in action.
Very good. Watching basketball on TV is fun, but seeing the players in action at the game is amazing.
Yes. So you're not just seeing them play, you're seeing them at the bench. You're seeing, oh, how are they talking to each other?
Right.
What are they doing with the coach?
Right.
It's all those actions around the game that are just as important with this phrase of seeing someone in action.
Right. So it's, watching how someone do their work or how someone plays basketball.
Yeah. And it's often the feeling that they do something well. So you want to see them do it well. You want to, wow.
Right.
I love seeing them in action.
Right.
Because it's just amazing all the small things that they do.
Right.
To be such a good performer, a good basketball player, a good dentist.
Yeah. Right. So it's highly skilled.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Now, in the weeds means busy, and because you're so busy, there's like kind of, confusion, and there's a little bit of like mistakes going on here and there. Why are your customers complaining about your service, Miles?
I got 5 new tables at once, and I'm completely in the weeds now.
So he had 5 tables. No wonder. He's busy. It's confusing. Oh my gosh, so many orders. I'm in the weeds with the 3 projects that are due this week.
Yes.
So as you can see from both of these examples, there's too much work. And that can make you feel like you're in the weeds.
Right. And there's a feeling of when there's too much work, it's not like there's one thing and you're busy with that.
Yeah.
It's like you have multiple things.
Right.
That you're having to focus on.
That's right. And that's why you are in the weeds.
Yes.
Because it's hard to do all of them good.
Yeah.
Or it's hard to do all of them at the same time.
It's hard to do them all at the same time, and you're kind of struggling.
You're struggling. There's definitely an element of struggle. So as a freelancer sometimes, Cameron, I get like a ton of work all at once. And it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you can't say no.
Yeah.
So sometimes I find myself in the weeds.
In the weeds. And then other times,
I'm
super, like not a lot of work.
No.
And it's super easy.
Yeah, like binge watching 10 movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
In the meantime means the time between now and when something begins.
Yes.
The flight was delayed by 2 hours.
In the meantime, we can get a nice meal.
Okay. So, now until we can get on the plane.
Yes.
That's in the meantime.
Yeah.
The taxi will get here in 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'll walk the dog again.
So until then, right?
Yes.
That is what this expression of in the meantime is. And meantime here is M-E-A-N and then time. T-I-M-E. But it's one word.
It's one word. Now, is it just here 20 minutes, 2 hours? Can we extend it to a few days, a month?
Yeah, I think, we won't have an answer from the client until next month. In the meantime, let's focus on the financials of the project.
Yeah, there you go. So, it could be even like it's fall and you won't get an answer until spring.
Yeah.
It could be a couple of months.
Right.
In the meantime, I'll just work part-time.
Yes. So I think that there is a limit to this when it starts getting into many, many years.
Yeah.
So like, in the meantime, I do not expect the meantime to be
3 years.
Yeah, 10 years, definitely.
No.
That seems too long. It may be a year.
Or two.
Let's say Julie was dating Brad. So in the meantime, Christopher waited until she broke up with him.
Oh, okay.
And that could be like a year.
Yeah.
That's maybe possible.
But not 10 years.
But if they're married, and it's going to be like, that's not, that's impossible.
All right, here comes is our power pattern, which means they are coming.
Yeah.
You are making an announcement and you're saying, look,
okay, get ready, they're coming.
Here comes Tom. I bet he has a great story to tell us.
Here comes the bus. Get your bus card out.
Yeah, that's right. Here comes the bus.
Yeah.
Get ready to go. Get on. Flattered is our power vocabulary word. And so do check out the definition on page 132, which is a way of saying thank you. You know, like, oh, that was a nice compliment. I don't deserve it, but thank you.
It's too big of a compliment.
Yes. All right, let's thank our sponsor.